Are you looking for quality and useful accessories or modifications to make to your Tesla? In this video, I'll go over the 16 accessories and mods that I've made to my 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance, going from least expensive to most expensive. I value transparency, so to be clear, none of these products were sent to me. This video isn't sponsored. I purchased every one of these products and mods with my own money, and I found all of them to be useful or enjoyable additions to my Tesla. And think you might too. If you're looking to purchase a Tesla in the near future, consider using my referral link in the description, which can now save you up to $2,000 on a new Tesla. But I think the offer ends at the end of the year. I'll include prices as of this recording for all of the accessories and modifications on this list, and hope that saves you some time from clicking on links unnecessarily. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's get into the first accessory. Okay, so the first item on this list is super simple, but also very useful if you ever need to use a public charger. It's an aluminum charger lock that will keep anyone from being able to unplug your Tesla while you are away. It simply goes over your J1772 charger and keeps the release button from being pressed. I've seen a lot of 3D printed versions of this adapter and even considered printing my own, but found this metal one and thought it would be way better for the long run. Next up are these jack pads. If you ever need to replace your tires and need roadside assistance, you'll want to make sure you have these handy. In case you're not aware, directly using a car jack without these on a Tesla can damage the structure and or battery, which would be a very expensive fix. These are super simple to put on and have the benefit of making it very clear where you should be jacking up your Tesla from. Now let's talk about organization for a bit. The center console on the refreshed Model 3 is really nice and spacious, but it seriously lacks organization. If you don't want to be putting everything into one big void, these two sets of organizers are a huge help. First is the armrest organizer. That is great for keeping small items like sunglasses within easy reach. It can be easily lifted out to access the rest of your storage space, and it also has a handy pass-through for a cable. The second organizer is a tray that can slide forward to create another two-tier storage system. This one is perfect for the items that you need more regular access to, since you don't have to take anything out to access the bottom storage area. Both of these have rubber lining so the items don't rattle or move around too much when you're driving. The rubber also makes it really easy to clean. Next up is a high-quality USB-C cable. Having a quality USB-C cable will come in handy whenever you need to charge your devices that don't have wireless charging. Since starting this YouTube channel, I've used my time at superchargers to script videos, and having a cable to easily charge my MacBook has been really nice. Having the pass-through hole on the armrest organizer has made it easy to reach for the cable whenever I or a passenger needs it. Next up are screen protectors. This was the first accessory I added to my Tesla. There are a ton of options for screen protectors, from really expensive name brand options to questionably budget priced options. After looking at all the reviews, I landed on this tempered glass version. The kit comes with a screen protector for both the main display and the rear display for an affordable price. The listing doesn't make it clear whether it is a glossy or matte finish, but I can confirm that it is a matte finish. I was initially worried that a matte screen protector would cause the display to lose a lot of clarity, but that wasn't the case with this one. It was super easy to install, but I will say that you should take it slow and be meticulous about getting the displays as clean as you can. Also, pro tip: don't be like me and make sure to turn off the AC and fan when cleaning the displays. It will keep small particles floating around from landing on the display at the worst time. Next are these door organizers. They are a great way to protect the material on the door while also making it significantly easier to clean if you spill something. Instead of needing to grab a vacuum, you can take these out, wipe them off, and reinsert them easily. They fit well. The kit comes with one for each door. And for the rear passengers, it provides a visual for where to access the emergency door latch if you and your passengers ever found yourself in the unfortunate situation where the Tesla has completely lost power and you need to open the door manually. The next accessory is actually a pair of items that will increase the storage capacity for Sentry Mode. The micro SD card and USB adapter replace the USB drive that likely came with your Tesla. In my case, double the storage of Sentry Mode clips. And now with the 2024 holiday update, it makes it even easier to download Sentry Mode clips straight to your phone if you ever need to share them with anyone. This setup is especially helpful if you live in climates that can range from really cold to really hot, since the SD card is rated for a wider set of operating temperatures than most other SD cards. Next, let's talk about mud flaps. I debated back and forth about adding these, and it wasn't until they were on the car that I was fully convinced. There were quite a few options of mud flaps to pick from, but ultimately I went with these that are a bit more subtle. The front pair were super easy to install, but the rear were a bit more difficult, mainly because of the limited space between the tire and the wheel well. If you have the tools, take the rear tires off to install the rear mud flaps and save yourself the time and challenge of working in such a tight space. So far, they have held up well, are helping to protect the lower body and paint of the Tesla, and have added a nice little touch to the overall aesthetic of the car. Since I decided to go with the white interior, one of my biggest concerns was how well the white would hold up. I typically wear jeans and thought the blue dye would transfer to these seats. I started looking at options to help maintain the seats and found this product that claimed to be a ceramic coating for leather. I figured it was a bit of a stretch calling it a ceramic coating for leather, but I figured I'd give it a try. The product is super easy to apply, it just takes time to apply evenly, and waiting between coats is super important. I'm super happy with the results. After 4 months, the seats still look like new. Initially, the seats felt a bit more slippery, but I don't know if I just got used to it or the coating fully absorbed into the seats, and now I can't really tell a difference. Ultimately, if you have white seats and have similar concerns about the color transfer or spills that I did, I'd highly recommend looking into this product. If you saw my 1 month review of this Tesla, you know that my vision for this car was for it to have the black and white Panda look. To make that happen, I removed the stock Tesla badge in the front and the Tesla word mark in the back and replaced the Tesla badge with a matte black metal version. I purchased a combo set of matte black logos and was going to replace the rear Tesla letters with the matte black version. I found I really liked the minimalist look with just the performance badge on the back. I've seen people wrap or plasti dip the existing badges, which is a great budget option, but I really wanted a professional looking matte finish, and when I found these, it was hard to pass them up. This next accessory is a lot more niche, but I found it super helpful for making these videos. The Quick Bandit, as it's called, is a license plate mount with a handy trick. It lets you remove the front license plate really easily. With the included tool, you can unscrew the side, pinch the handle, and remove both the license plate and mount all at once. Why is this useful? If you live in a state like Washington that requires both front and rear license plates to be visible, it can be a real pain in post to blur out license plates. With this tool, you can remove the license plate, get cleaner, more visually appealing shots of your Tesla, and remount the license plate when you are done very quickly. If you get anything from this list, get all weather floor mats. Yes, they are expensive, but they are absolutely worth it if you like keeping your car clean. These days, not all Tesla models come with floor mats, and the ones that do aren't the best. Check out my 1 month review if you want to hear more about my experience with the included mats. I'm still experimenting with a few options. The ones I currently have installed are the ones from a fellow Tesla YouTuber, Jeremiah Jones, who owns Test Stuff. These are great, are good quality, and have been really easy to clean. The only issue with these are that they are typically back ordered, so if you need something right away, you'll likely need to look for other options. These next 3 modifications are the really nice to haves, but are also extremely expensive. I would still recommend them, but only if you can comfortably afford them. They can also vary wildly by location, business, and the products that are being used by that business. So if you're interested in these, you'll want to do a lot of research to make sure you find a good deal. I'll list the price ranges of the quotes I received for these services in my area. Let's start with window tint. For my window tint, I went with a premium ceramic tint, specifically XPEL's Prime XR Plus window tint. This tint has one of the highest heat rejections, meaning I can save range by not needing to use as much AC to cool down the cabin, effectively increasing my range in the summer months where I would otherwise need to use the AC significantly more. I may or may not have gone with 15% tint, but you'll want to check your state laws for what is legal in your state. With the white interior, I really like the final look of the tint. Since the white seats bounce so much light back, it gives it a much lighter look to the tint. Now let's talk about ceramic coatings. For those that aren't familiar, a ceramic coating is a product that bonds to your car's paint and creates a hydrophobic layer. This means that the surface becomes much better at repelling dirt and liquids, making the surface a lot easier to clean. It is typically applied after a car is detailed to prolong the mirror-like shine, or after PPF is applied to add an added layer of protection. Again, is this a must-have? Of course not. But it is so satisfying to see just how easy it is to keep the car clean, watching dirt and water just bead right off. Specifically, I went with XPEL's Fusion Plus ceramic coating, which also comes with a 4-year warranty. Now, for the most expensive mod so far on my Tesla, matte PPF. I got full body XPEL Stealth paint protection film, also known as PPF. This PPF is a high quality film that creates a matte finish and adds a physical barrier between the outside world and your paint, almost like a protective skin. This mod was one I had to save up for long before I purchased a Tesla. I knew I wanted either a matte wrap or matte PPF on my next car, so I started saving. On delivery day, I literally drove my brand new Tesla with 5 miles on it to a shop to get this PPF applied. That's why I don't have a lot of footage of the stock white paint. I wanted to get the paint protection as quickly as possible. I'm not sure how well it translates on video through YouTube's compression, but in person, the matte finish looks stunning and helps complete my vision for this car. I've seen PPF kits that are now available for a much more affordable price if you're willing to do it yourself. I wouldn't mind doing it myself, but since I don't have a clean, dry space like a garage to apply the PPF, I had to look for professional service to get it applied. The PPF is by far the #1 compliment I get on the Tesla from friends, family, and even strangers. So yes, it's extremely expensive. No, it's not needed, but I absolutely love it on my car. I got these services done professionally by a local business that did an amazing job and offered a competitive quote for bundling all 3 of these services together. It took about a week to get all of it done, but the final results were incredible. As a reminder, this video isn't sponsored, but they did such a good job from the quality of the work to the customer service that I really don't mind giving them a shout out. If you're in the North Seattle region, check out California Tint in Everett and let them know I sent you. If my monthly cost breakdown video is any indication, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people in the comments ready to talk about my poor financial decisions. But with that said, would you consider getting a ceramic coating or PPF on your vehicle? Did I miss any of your favorite accessories? If so, let me know what you recommend in the comments so we can all check it out. Now, if you want to learn about my experience owning this vehicle for the first month, the pros and the cons, I highly recommend you watch this video next, where I go over all those details as a new EV owner. As always, I really appreciate you being here, watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one.